Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gabriel Sterling. I'm the Voting System Implementation Manager for the state of Georgia. I want to give you a quick update on where we are on the recount out of the gate. 43 counties have essentially finished all their work and are ready for uploading. Let me get you those real quick. They are Atkinson, Baldwin, Barrow, Ben Hill, Bleckley, Brooks, Bullock, Burke, Butts, Calhoun, Chattooga, Effingham, Emanuel, Green, Habersham, Harrelson, Hart, Irwin, Jackson, Jasper, Macon, Madison, Marion, Meriwether, Newton, Oconee, Oglethorpe, Pulaski, Quitman, Randolph, Seminole, Taylor, Telfeld, Terrell, Thomas, Tift, Toombs, Trutland, Twiggs, Ware, Warren, Wheeler, White. Those are the 43 that are done. Now, the big ones, obviously, are the ones that take the longest and the biggest concern, potentially. So, as y'all heard earlier, there was an issue in Fulton where they made some errors in their processing and they ended up rescanning. Now, in the rescan, they had 11 scanners. The state supplied 2 additional ones, and then we supplied 4 more to get through. So they have 17 scanners running right now. They have finished all their election day ballots, and they are partway through their absentee ballots. Now, they've done some things that I don't think we would have said to do, like yesterday they quit at 4:45. Today they're quitting at 5 o'clock, and their plan tomorrow is to scan from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. to get through the balance of the absentees and then through their absentee in-person votes that they have. DeKalb County is done with the physical scanning. They're dealing with one thing on adjudication. Cobb County is done with the physical scanning. Gwinnett County had about 120,000 ballots left this morning, and they're 60% through them by the time they knock off today. They plan to get the balance of those done tomorrow morning, probably before lunch. So Gwinnett will finish that scanning. Those are the big 4. Everybody else is somewhere in the process of finishing up the scanning and getting ready to upload everything to the ENR, and that site will likely be live sometime tomorrow for the public to see. Now, that's for the recount. Moving on to the December 1st election, this is a reminder, there is an election in 7 counties tomorrow. The biggest ones you will have seen are the Congressional District 5 race to replace the final month of John Lewis's term, the State Senate 39 Democrat special primary to replace Nikema Williams, and the Western District District Attorney slot in Clark and Oconee County for the replacement of the DA there. So those are the biggest ones. There's a handful of other ones that have municipal and county level, but those are the big ones. So those are going to be operating tomorrow. Now, for January 5th, I want to put some more specifics on some of the absentee numbers I gave you all earlier. On the rollover list for the January 5th election, it was 604,255 in total. 488,238 of those were fulfilled through the state's vendor Runbeck, and those are all out in the mail. And an additional 116,017 were done through Fort Orange, and that was for DeKalb and Gwinnett County. They chose to use a different vendor for that. But all the rollover ballots are out. So in total right now, when you include the rollover ballots plus new requests, and this is including those that are pending on the online dashboard right now, it's 947,928 requests. So that means that on top of 604,000, there's 343,673 new requests for absentees. Of those 343,673, 319,022 have come through the online portal, meaning there's not a signature match angle to this. It is using the driver's license number to identify the voter, which is the more objective way that the Secretary wants to move in the future where we can, if we can legislatively, because the signature match is a very subjective thing to do. Let's see. Those are the main points of where we stand on this right now. We continue to run the investigations we discussed this morning, and hopefully this will be a short one, so I'll take whatever questions you got. Justin, you good? Who we got? Anybody? You're walking up, so.
Will the signature matches in the runoff on January 5th work the exact same way as they did during the general election?
Yes, and they are also publicly available to be viewed, and we are hopeful that Republicans and Democrats will send observers to do that, because under the state law, it does say all parts of the absentee ballot process are available for public review. As I know, that there was, I haven't been able to track this down. It's my understanding that our elections director did receive one phone call from one county director, and he thinks he knows which one it was from, but since it was a phone call, he doesn't have an email to go back and look to, where one person requested to go in and see it and may have done it for a day or two. I know that this office did inform the parties that they could do this, and there was some confusion around if there had to be a new OEB for that, and the contention of this office was no, there didn't need to be one because it's already in the law that the entire process is open for public viewing.
So to your knowledge, one person in the entire state?
One person, as I way understand it, and I can't figure who it specifically is because it was a phone call from, a month and a half, 2 months ago. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it sounds like you're a little bit concerned about Fulton County possibly changing in time for the deadline. What do you have to say about the progress and the expectation to meet that deadline?
The expectation is, given the last sets of ballots they have to do, they are the absentee in person, which are the 8.5 by 11 bar-coded ones. They should be able to move faster on that than they did today, because today they're doing the 18-inch hand-marked ones. So we anticipate they can usually get 300,000 or so done in a day like that. So if they're going to be there all day, they should be able to do it. Again, it's not the way that I personally would have managed through that prospect, and kind of pushing it towards the end. I'd rather have more time to deal with anything that might come up because, it's 2020 and it's Fulton County. But in general, I think we're still on a good path to have every county, including Fulton County, meet our deadline of midnight on Wednesday. Yes?
Is there any sort of potential roadmap to getting a signature and audit our signatures on January 5th?
They have to be done by the counties to begin with, so that's set in the law, and that's what we will continue to see. If there is a lawsuit that comes forward or an election challenge that a judge says there has to be a signature audit, that's up to that judge. Sure.
What happens if the county doesn't meet the midnight on Wednesday deadline on the weekend?
I guess we'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. I mean, we'll have to deal with it. We have some times kind of baked in the cake, but the intention is, not the intention, the rule is, this recount will now become the new certified election results. So if there's anything different, a county would have to come back in and recertify them in the state. If any county recertifies in the state's going to have to recertify as well. So we need to have that time kind of baked in the cake by Friday to get done. So that's why we chose the Wednesday night deadline on the just in case something like that might happen. But our intention is to hold everybody's feet to the fire and make that deadline like we did on the hand audit. If we got it on the hand audit, we can get it on this one. Yes, sir. There'll be a separate ENR page that'll go up. It'll say recount results. I just saw the banner for it about an hour ago. It would look very similar, but it will just be the presidential race on that.
And when, based on what you've seen so far from the counties, any significant?
The 43 we've seen so far, they're either spot on or not anything significant. So those are the 43 we know about so far that we've seen their initial report. It's only the presidential race. The PSC race was requested at the wrong time using the statute they were trying to do, and they needed to outline the irregularities if they had done it before certification. Post-certification, the only recount request can be done in the 0.5% if being within the second place finisher or the third place finisher going to a runoff. Just
you're talking about the absentee ballot request.
Mm-hmm.
You have more than 300,000 new requests. People did not request in the general election. Is that right?
No. What this is, these are new requests as compared to the rollover requests, because remember, for each subsequent election, an elector would have to choose to make that choice or ask for that ballot. So in this case, again, new requests, not part of the rollover list, were 343,673, and of those, 319,022 came through the absentee ballot portal. So there's not a signature issue on the front end of that. That's going to be identified through the unique identifier of the driver's license number. Okay. That it? I don't know the answer to that, honestly. But we move pretty fast on that front if we did that. But no, we have to be thorough in these investigations, and most of the investigations will involve having to do direct interviews with people to really track down the truth behind them. All right. Well, if that's it, we'll see y'all later this week, and hopefully we will have the results in for the recount, and we move in and have a successful election tomorrow. Thanks, and have a great day.